I want to start with a quote, which I love, from the late Ross Perot. And he said, spend a lot of time talking to customers face to face. You'll be amazed at how many companies don't listen to their customers. This is something I've loved forever since I heard this quote. And I think it's really important. And when you do focus groups or in-depth interviews, you always get a few gems of thought from people. And hopefully we'll get that today. So we'll be talking to Karen, Brandy, and Kevin and Emma, and let's just talk about each of them so you know who you're dealing with. Karen lives in Skip-Pack, Pennsylvania, and you guys can go ahead and unmute and turn your videos on if you don't mind. She enjoys sightseeing historic places like Williamsburg, Grand Canyon, loves outdoor adventures like skiing. Her next trip was to Ocean City. I think she's there right now, and let's move on. Brandy lives in the great city of Washington, D.C., loves taking island vacations. Take me with you, Brandy. I'd love to go. I love island vacations myself. She doesn't have any trips planned for the remaining part of the year due to COVID. Kevin lives in the great city of Boston, enjoys going to places with great beaches, and his next trip is to Florida, hopefully, if he's clear on COVID issues related to it. And Emma in Buena Vista, Colorado, the great state of Colorado, near Denver, I believe, enjoys taking long trips, 4 weeks or longer, to destinations where she can get to know the area and feel immersed in the local culture. So you get to know all four of these as we move through, and why don't we begin? We're going to start with the Denver video, and I won't play this again for you because you've seen it a few times, but why don't we talk about this ad? And let's start with Kevin. What was your first reaction to this ad when you watched it? Kevin, you're muted right now. Brandy, too. Yeah.
Am I good?
You're good.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually like the ad a lot because I'm an outdoors person. So I thought the colors were very, very good. It really engaged me, and you know, just like I said, it was to me and more like an exciting place to go and visit because I'm an outdoors guy. Love the outdoors.
Karen, how about you? How did you react to this ad?
Well, I could only see this first picture when I looked at it first, and I was certainly impressed by the family friendliness and the outdoor. Obviously, it looks like they're at a zoo, and the safety. Most impressed by the safety. These kids are outside having a good time, socially distant, and wearing a mask.
Okay. Brandy, did you have a reaction to this ad you could share?
Definitely an outdoors person. So it definitely gave me a perspective of the outdoor life there, kind of like the nightlife. It was like some outside dining, again, social distancing, still being able to, you know, get that interaction, but still be, you know, cautious of, you know, COVID. In addition to, it kind of displayed a lot of the things that you can do, or, you know, gave you a vibe of the feel that you would get. So
okay, great. Emma, what do you think? I see you're muted. Yeah.
I am pretty close to Denver and have spent some time in Denver, so it was fun to see some places familiar to me. That said, I feel like, especially with the food, Denver's cuisine and breweries have become so robust, and it would have been nice for a little more specificity into what makes Denver a place to visit. The outdoors were nailed, but I think there could be a little more emphasis on the culinary experience that Denver can offer.
Okay, like how would that play out? Like what would you recommend they add?
So I would recommend, I know there are a lot of breweries in Denver that have outdoor seating. Denver also has it has a really cool downtown scene with a lot of different street murals. Where a lot of the breweries are. It would have been really cool to see like socially distanced friends together, you know, eating food, drinking. I just think there could be, just a little more specificity into what makes Denver as a city unique.
Okay. Now, one of the things you probably noticed in this ad were the people are all wearing masks. And I'd love to have you reflect on that and tell me your feelings about seeing an ad for travel with people wearing masks, and why you feel that way if you can get there. You want to start, Emma?
Sure. For me, I spend a lot of time with my parents and my fiance's parents, who are very COVID concerned. So for me, one of the big things that's keeping me from wanting to go travel like I do is I don't want to put them at risk. But seeing advertisements with people who are wearing masks gives me a lot of confidence in that destination of like, okay, they're taking this seriously, and I won't feel like I'm putting my family at risk if I go there. So for me, I think it's very strong to
Okay.
see that. Great. Yeah.
Brandy, how about you?
Ditto. Definitely helps me become more comfortable with even the thought of traveling. I'm normally, traveling a lot as well, but not so much this year for several reasons, definitely COVID. And then shortly after I learned that I was going to be expecting a baby, it was like a total shutdown. And so I have been just going crazy about, anti-COVID mechanisms and, and then since I've had the baby, my mom, who's older as well, she keeps the baby a lot sometimes. So I don't want to put myself at risk, who will probably have to quarantine, can't take care of the baby, can't take care of my mom, and vice versa, risk getting them sick and they can't. So it's definitely a relief to see that you can still travel but be safe as well. Is definitely, I mean, I don't foresee me going, but it definitely brings confidence if I were to even think about traveling.
Okay, great. And Karen, how about you?
If I saw an ad and they didn't have masks on, I would just, if it were video, I'd just turn it off. If it were print, I'd turn the page. I wouldn't even consider looking at an ad where the people were out and about with no masks.
Okay. Kevin?
Yeah, and I can resonate with the, I have children as well, so it makes a huge, big statement that, the focus is on safety, and but you can also have a good time with, what's going on and protect your children, and so I think it's very powerful.
Okay. So one question from the audience: with this ad, do you think it would really get you interested in visiting Denver?
Definitely.
Absolutely.
I would feel safe visiting Denver. Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does it make Denver look like a place you'd want to be?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, Kevin?
Well, this particular picture, I mean, it's a good picture, but
Yeah.
it doesn't pull me in per se. I want to see that the outdoor picture with the scenes. Maybe this could be the second or third slide.
Okay. Okay.
It's not going to draw me in. I mean, safety, don't get me wrong, is probably very important, but I'm also about what is there, where I'm going, and what I can do at that destination.
Okay, cool. Well, let's go on to the next ad, and we have a bunch of ads that were submitted, guys.
In
by the way.
Denver, there's a lot.
Okay, and this one is an ad you might see on the internet, a banner ad of sorts. What were your reactions when you saw it? Let's start with Kevin.
This ad I absolutely love. I mean, the colors are amazing. To me, it's saying that you can come here. It's open, spacious. You really don't have to. I mean, granted, you still have to worry about the safety concerns, but to me, it's very intriguing. I love it. Beautiful landscape picture.
Okay, Karen.
Oh, I agree. I really liked it. It made me, if I were comfortable getting on a plane right now, which I'm not, it would make me want to get in a plane and go there.
Okay, Brandy, how about you?
Definitely very, very beautiful. I wish I were there.
Okay, Emma, what do you think about this one?
Yeah, I think this one's very strong because it's something totally unique to Arizona, and it's scenery that's absolutely beautiful. And I think when I'm weighing whether or not I'll travel, for me, is it worth the risk? Is it a safe risk or a safe bet? And also, is it something totally unique to warrant the effort to get there?
Yeah.
And for me, this ad is a yes. And that's why I think the Denver one, it doesn't show as much specificity. Feels like I can kind of get that same experience in a lot of different cities, but this one jumps out as, whoa, I have to see that.
Yeah. You have to see it, Emma. Where would you say this place is? Out of curiosity.
In Arizona?
Yeah.
Looks like Sedona, maybe, or Grand Canyon. No, Sedona. I haven't been there, but it looks like Sedona vibes.
Okay. Anybody else have a thought on where it is in Arizona?
I thought it was Grand Canyon.
Yeah, I'm thinking more the Sedona kind of red rocks.
Red Rocks. Yeah.
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 Yeah. So if you clicked on this ad, what would you expect would happen?
Potentially information about hotel, lodging, camping, restaurants, and other things to visit. Yeah.
National parks. Yeah.
Okay. Brandy, how about you? What would you expect? Where would it take you?
I don't know. Just I don't know.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah. So if you were interested in this specific place you see here, how would you find information on it?
Try clicking the ad.
Yeah. Okay. How about you, Karen?
Well, is this a print ad or an online ad?
Online ad.
Oh, it's online. Well, obviously, clicking on it, and I would assume that would take you to one of those state or local places that the people had the confidence in.
Okay.
And then also possibly some of the other attractions that are there.
Okay. Why don't we go on to the next set of ads? Miha. Okay, and we're going to show you 4 pages with similar ads. You can just click through these a little bit. Okay, so again, these would be online ads you'd see popping up on your screen. And I'm curious how you reacted to these. You want to start, Randy?
So for me, it was just kind of mediocre, I guess. I couldn't really get a feel, or as to what to expect. I can see like in the middle one there, like the casino, I guess. So maybe, they have casinos there, but it just really didn't do much for me. I couldn't really get in tune with it.
Okay. Kevin, what do you think of this set of ads?
Yeah, they were okay. They didn't jump out, but again, I do like the outdoors. I like the beach, so I did like some of the scenes looked really scenic and beautiful. To me, this one, it not so much. Granted, I like to go to the casino, but that's not going to be my draw to Indiana.
Okay. Karen, what do you think of these?
I didn't really love them, but as I clicked through them, if I had to choose one, it would have been the third one where it said hike dunes, and then the second one was dunes, and the third one had the miles of beaches. So that was my favorite of the 4 of them, but none of them, I have no desire to go to South Shore, Indiana after seeing these.
Okay. Tell me a little bit more about that. I'm not quite sure how to take that, Karen.
I don't know. They're just... The one picture that wasn't in the first one, wasn't there that picture of the hotel or something? Yeah, the hotel room. I didn't care for that. I don't drink beer, so the first one was the brewery one, so that held no interest. I like the hike dunes one. I did like on the second slide the gardens one. I probably wouldn't rent a bike and cycle, so that one wasn't good. I might be interested in the wine trail. Again, the last one, the buffalo, and the gambling and the you pick apples. I don't know if I travel that far, I'm not going to go pick apples. So I don't know. They were just okay.
Okay. Emma, do you have thoughts?
So one thing that did strike me that was positive, I didn't know that there were beaches in Indiana.
Yeah, me either.
And that was really scenic, the home of the dunes, the beaches, and then for me, the cycle, I love to bicycle, so for me, that was interesting. But I agree, I'm not sure if it's enough of a draw to get me, especially I'm someone who probably wouldn't go on a plane, so I don't know if I would drive there. But I do think the beach one, where you see like, wow, you can be in the middle of the continent and go to a pristine looking beach. That's very cool.
Okay. So we have another question from the audience that kind of fits in nicely with this set of ads, because you can see there are a group of ads. How do you guys feel about a destination that might target you and continually put a series of ads up on your, social media, on your, websites you visit and so on? So you'd kind of be hit again and again with ads from a place. How does that make you feel? Want to start, Kevin?
Sure. To me, I don't mind that. I actually love getting ads because it kind of, especially the places I've never been before, it kind of entices me to look into it a little bit more. Where, like even Emma just said about, the beautiful pristine beach, like I would have never known that. And now that may have enticed me to go there where I normally wouldn't have.
Okay. Karen, how about you?
I don't think I pay much attention to the ads. Most of mine that pop up seem like they're for stuff to buy. So I can't say that I've ever seen any travel ads pop up when I'm on Facebook or on any other social media. Maybe I would, if it's jumped out at me, maybe I'd look at it, but I pretty much ignore the ads.
Okay. Brandy, what do you think about a organization, targeting you and repetitively giving you ads up?
Sometimes I don't mind, and that is kind of what happens now. If you've ever noticed things that you've searched for on the internet.
Right, and it pops up.
Exactly. It just so happens now, all of a sudden, when you're in your search engine or your browser and you're going to these different websites, it pops up. So yeah. I don't mind it sometimes, but sometimes it can be a little aggressive because, like you said, they continuously, just pop up like, hey, yeah. But for the vacation ones and the destination ones, sometimes I don't mind those because I don't mind, looking at the different pictures and things like that. It's nice to look at. So.
Okay. You have any thoughts, Emma, on that?
I generally, I think a lot of people don't love ads, but I agree with Brandy that we're all stuck at home. And if I'm going to look at any ad, I'd rather look at a vacation ad, and if only to daydream, than an ad for shoes that no one will see me wear because I'm a hermit now.
Karen and Kevin, I'd be curious what you thought of that. Do you agree with that sentiment about travel ads?
Yeah, yes. And as I said, I haven't really clicked on any or watched any, but I will say this, repeating what Brandy said, you've looked at something and then all of a sudden all this stuff, I get really ticked off because I feel it's very big brotherish. Mm-hmm. I don't like it when they have, start blasting me with stuff I looked at one time.
Okay. Kevin, what do you think?
Again, I as long as it's not overload, I don't mind. I literally get emails every day with travel ads, and every single day I'm clicking them and I'm opening them up to see if there's a good deal or a good place where I can go.
Okay.
I enjoy looking at them.
Okay, cool. One just quick question. I think that my phone listens to me, and I get ads later on stuff I've talked about with Aaron or my team or something like that. How do you guys feel about that?
It's the world we live in. And it's definitely creepy and a little frustrating, but it's a bit of the world we live in and the Faustian pact we make with this incredible technology.
Okay. Karen, what do you think?
Yeah, I don't know. Brave New World, 1984, Big Brother.
Okay, all right. Well, let's go on to the next ad. We've got a bunch to go through here. This is an ad for Baton Rouge, and it would appear on a social media wall, obviously. What were your reactions to this ad? You want to start, Kevin?
Yeah, to me, it didn't really do much. You know, again, I know Louisiana's, you know, a big food state down there. So, I mean, it didn't really do too much to me. It wasn't that appealing. It didn't want to make me go down to Baton Rouge for sure.
Okay.
There was, the colors weren't there. There was nothing really attractive.
Okay. Karen?
Well, I like the food part of it, but if I were going to Baton Rouge, I would not be tailgating. I'd be in a restaurant. So yeah, it had no interest for me.
Okay. Brandy?
Definitely didn't do much for me either, especially because Louisiana is known for the good food, and you showed me a half-eaten plate of food. You know.
Okay. And Emma, how about you?
I completely agree with Brandy. I love Louisiana's food, but you know, this to me, it's not a lot of food. It's not a really appealing color, the way it's framed. And yeah, considering it's such a foodie state, this to me, I think is underwhelming.
Okay. So Louisiana is a foodie state. It also has a great tradition of football. Is there a way this could be reimagined to attract you to go do football at some point and enjoy the food in Baton Rouge? What do you think, Kevin?
Yeah, I mean, it could. And again, I'm a sports guy, but this, I mean, you know, maybe you just need to see some more of the colors, like the LSU colors, the purple, with you know, maybe people tailgating at a football game with real good food. To me, I don't know. That looks like a hot dog with beans. I mean, it doesn't look too attractive to me. With some rice, a little rice. I don't even know what it is.
Okay, Karen, what do you think?
No, I'm not interested in tailgating or going to a football game in Louisiana. So there's nothing that they could do for me.
Okay, and Brandy, how about you?
Definitely could have been something to display, you know, the food and the football better. Definitely a better plate of food. Again, I'm a foodie. I love to eat. I love to try all the new restaurants. I'm usually the first. So this just doesn't do it for me. It's a half-eaten plate of, I think, maybe Popeye's chicken and red beans and rice or something.
Looks like sausage too.
Oh, yeah. I don't know.
Okay. Emma, how about you? Any way this could be reimagined for you?
I think as someone who hasn't really tailgated before, but the appeal of, you know, I've been to Louisiana before and there are a lot of parks. And if there was a, you know, a tailgate in a park where you could watch the football game remote and you saw different people in the park with all their, I don't know, with food and celebrating, that might be more of an appeal. But I think tailgating is not a socially distant activity. No one wants to have to worry about COVID while they're having fun. So I think for me, tailgating as a draw is going to be a little counterintuitive.
Okay. All right. Well, let's go on to the next set of ads. We have two ads from the great city of Memphis. These would also be social media ads, and you can see the what you would scroll through here, the different panels of each. And they're a little bit different. Miha, maybe you could go back and forth a little so people could see them. One is about outdoor stuff you can see, and then we have the one on music. Both big parts of the Memphis experience. How did you interact and feel about this ad, Kevin, or these two ads, Kevin?
The first ad I really enjoyed. I mean, I love outdoor activities, so it gave you a good flavor of the many different activities that you could do outside. And then even here, I mean, I love music as well. But this, for some reason, I don't know if this didn't do it for me. I don't know if it's the colors or everything seems to be kind of the same in the sense to me, each little block.
Okay. How did you react to this, Karen?
I agree. I like the first one better. And this one, seems like one thing, listen up music fans, or one thing would have been more than enough, because I just didn't like this one. I don't know why. Maybe it's because it's all that blue and it didn't, nothing stuck out, nothing jumped out. But I did like the previous slide better.
Okay. Brandy, what did you think of this one?
It definitely didn't do anything. One, it was definitely the colors. It's also the colors of the text are the same as like the ads background look like Facebook maybe. It's very hard to distinguish, which is which. You can barely read the text because the colors are so much alike. It's very hard to read. So it's just not, it doesn't do anything for me.
Okay. How about the first one? Maybe you could go back, Miha. Yeah. How did you feel about that one?
So the text size of like the bike it, paddle it, climb it, it made it easy to read because of the size of the text, but it definitely probably could have been, the colors again here could have been different, because it just makes it hard to, read it.
Okay. Okay. Emma, what did you think of the Memphis ads?
The first one with the outdoor activities is definitely a draw. Again, there are things about Memphis I'm learning through these ads, which is cool. I have to say, I mean, I hear what everyone else is saying about the second one where it was a little busy and hard to read. That said, it made me really want to go to Memphis and listen to music. I don't know if I will, but I might just really be missing live music. But for me, knowing Tennessee, Nashville, and Memphis are just such music towns, that made me want to go.
Okay. All right. Well, let's move on to the next ad. And these are some print ads, two different ones, which you've looked at for Gulf Shores and Orange Beach. What do you think of this set of ads, Karen?
I loved them. I want to go.
Yeah.
I loved the first one with the people on the beach. I mean, I know they don't have masks on or whatever, but they're out by the ocean. But I really loved the pictures in the second one, the shrimp, the turtle, the paddleboarder. I really liked what they said on the print part. So I would have, if I was turning the pages of a magazine, I saw it, I would stop and look at all of it.
Okay. Now, Brandy, you're a beach person. What did you think of this set of ads?
Absolutely loved it. It definitely gave me a vibe that I could definitely get in tune with. It makes me want to, I can envision myself there, the things that I would be doing, the food that I will be eating. I'm a huge seafood lover. I love water sports. I love the water, the beach, the sand. So I could really see myself here and envision myself here.
Okay. And Emma, how about you?
I'm a somewhat beach person. So I think as an ad, it's very lovely, but it didn't quite draw me in because I'm looking more for adventure, especially being cooped up all the time. I don't want to relax at the beach. I want to feel some adrenaline. Yeah.
Okay. And Kevin?
Yeah, I thought it was, I am a beach person, so I definitely would stop and look at this page and really take it in to see what, where this destination is and what you can do and what it has to offer. I enjoyed it. The colors were nice, and the beach looks really good, nice as well.
Okay. Now, you all had some time to review this ad and think about it a bit. Is there anything you would change on these ads? I know the three of you liked it a lot, but what would you change?
I would change the top right picture because I had to look at it for a minute or a few seconds before I realized it was hands on a fishing rod. And I also agree with the fact that it didn't push the activity things. The paddleboarder, if you didn't know, you might have to look for a minute to say, what is she doing? So they could be the active ones could be a little clearer
Okay.
I agree. That one's a little hard to distinguish. And I also feel like the palm tree close up isn't doing a lot. I think with how many activities and experiences that are probably offered at this beach, let's get something that's not just a close up of the palm tree trunk.
Okay. Kevin or Brandy, you have anything to add that you'd change?
I was just going to say that as well. With a lot of these water sport activities and a lot of the things that I like to do, the rafting, boating, jet skiing, all of those, different things that you can do, I probably would have added some more activity to give you a sense of, the things that you can do.
Okay. Kevin?
Yeah, probably a little bit more on the activity side as well for me. The palm tree's not really doing too much in the shell as well. Some more activities,
Okay.
beach activities or area activities.
Okay. We have one more ad to go through. Let's just do it real quick. Two of you I know are skiers, and this is a set of imagine this rotating, I think, on a website where you'd see the 4 panels come up. How did you respond to this ad? Karen, you're a skier, right?
I am, but at this point in my life, this looks a little too adventurous for me. I would rather not see the snow and just see the top of his head. It's a little too adventurous, but I like the whole picture of the mountain and then the 4th one.
Okay. Emma, how about you?
I'm probably gonna go.
Okay.
Yeah, Utah's known for its powder.
Yeah.
So I think that the one thing I would say is the 2 skier photos are very similar. And I think you can probably entice adventure seekers and skiers like myself with something else.
Okay.
But otherwise, yeah, they're probably gonna go this winter.
Okay. So Karen, I just want to go back to what you said. This looks pretty extreme. Do you feel like if you went to Utah to ski, you could find places that aren't extreme?
I assume you could. I mean, I can't imagine a place where they don't have a beginning and intermediate trails.
Okay.
But I've been to Colorado. I've never been to Utah, and I love Copper Mountain. There's lots of places to go there. So.
Yeah. Okay. Brandy or Kevin, any comments on this?
No, I really like the second picture. Slide was really, really nice and intriguing. I love the mountains outdoors. And, same thing that Emma said, the first and third are very, very similar to me. And, to entice me, I'd probably want to see something a little bit different.
Okay. Brandy, any thoughts?
I agree. The first and the third one was a little bit on the aggressive side for me. I probably would get scared. But the second one is very calm, it's very scenic, and I can probably, envision myself there versus the other 2 that I mentioned. I would probably be afraid.
Okay. Well, guys, we've reached our hour of time. I really, really appreciate you coming on today and sharing your thoughts with us. And for the audience, we'll put a blog post together with some of our thoughts on what we learned today, which you can review if you'd like. So anyway, appreciate your time and have a wonderful, safe rest of your week.
Right.
Well, thank you.
Bye, guys.